The Karoo is a uniquely South African space. It's got layers of culture and history, and it sums up a lot of what it means to be South African. One of the things that is very characteristic of Cape architecture is this idea of white buildings in a landscape. On farms like this, often the buildings would be built out of clay that was dug out of a hole in the earth, and then that hole ultimately became the dam. Once we kind of understood how those original buildings had been built, we realized that it was something we could do as well. And when we built the pump house, we decided to kind of experiment with these older ways of working and build a contemporary structure. Building out of the earth, out of clay and mud, is one of the oldest techniques humans have used around the world to build. It's really raw, but again, in that there's an amazing sculptural quality, and it feels like it's of the earth, which is what it is. One of the interventions we decided to make was to remove the cement plaster and put the original lime plaster back. And that was almost archaeological in nature because it allowed us to kind of see what the underlying structure was. The poplar branches that were put in as the first rough lintels, and you can see the outline of the sun-dried bricks and the clay pours. So we love that kind of storytelling, the building can tell you something about its history. You can read the wall, it's all there. I think the land's at the heart of it. Because it's so dramatic, you experience the Karoo in quite a visceral way, It's not anonymous, it forces you to be quite present. Right at the beginning, we wanted it to be an olive farm because we wanted it to be something real. It wasn't just a weekend house, it's meant to be something for us to engage with over a long period of time. Watching those trees grow and know that that process will continue for decades is a powerful thing. It gives the buildings a way of continuing in a meaningful way because they work. And people live there, and people look after them and look after the infrastructure. And people visit and get enjoyment out of that and learn something about the place and the history and the way people lived. The underlying landscape is so strong, and being able to sit outside and just hear the birds and perhaps feel the breeze, the buildings kind of disappear at a point and you just feel connected to the land. It's a very strong experience.